So we are in Phoenix, Arizona. We just got here. We were going to Stacy's. I think that's her name. Off the Hook Barbecue, but she said she opened at 2, even though she opened up at 11. It is what it is. So we found this spot. I always like to try to check out black-owned establishments. So we are at Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe. Never been here before, but they got black folks on the wall. So that must mean it must be all right. All right, so let's go in and check out Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe. For almost 6 decades, Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe has been serving up good eats in downtown Phoenix. Started by Elizabeth White in 1964, the restaurant focuses on all things soul food. The restaurant was born out of the foothills of the civil rights movement. And even when segregation was prevalent, serving souls and people, not race, is what Elizabeth White focused on. This establishment has survived the civil rights movement, economic recessions, the rail construction, and now a pandemic. She doesn't run the daily operations anymore, but it's not uncommon to see Mrs. White at her namesake restaurant, Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe. What's the golden rule? Always treat others the way you want to be treated. They got bars on the window. That's a good sign. Smother.
It was a pork chop.
one pork chop and a few spoonfuls of potato salad. Potato salad actually is pretty good. I don't think it's homemade. I might be wrong, but it might be doctored up. Now, I didn't want to believe it, but just like that, we learned that the potato salad at Mrs. White's was doctored up. How do we know? Because Ramon said he actually saw the container behind the counter and he saw they was just scooping it out of the container. Now that's what I said. Maybe they just like seasoned it and put it back in the container, but if it was homemade, then you know it wasn't going to be in the container. So there you have it, the potato salad at Mrs. White's, probably from a distributor. If you know what I mean, and I think you do. Oh, and the Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's good, but way too sweet. You gotta mix it with a little water. Now it's perfect. Now, I'm gonna say one thing. I like Kool-Aid, right? But I don't wanna have the Kool-Aid give me the sugar diabetes. Like, just give me a little sugar with the Kool-Aid. You ain't gotta make it so sweet. And I'm telling you, the Kool-Aid, while it was good, right? You could tell somebody this color, not this color, made the Kool-Aid. It was just incredibly sweet. And I had to doctor mine down with some water just to thin it out a little bit because it was sweet. Now, Ramon, he likes it sweet. He wants all the sugar to be added in the Kool-Aid. He say, you know, he can eat candy every day, all day. Me, on the other hand, I don't need all that sugar in my life. Just a little bit. That's all we need, Miss White, just a little bit of sugar, not the whole picture. Look at Crystal. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this.
All this stuff, don't try to act like she eat.
Y'all want you to see this. She wanted all this. Oh, get the potatoes, get this. You don't want no green beans, you don't want no cabbage, you don't want this. Look at everything she wanted to eat. Look how much food she actually ate.
That's it, she food.
Okay. She probably won't admit it unless you make her or force her to admit it, but I know Crystal. I've been friends with Crystal for a long time. We go eat all over this country, all over this world. I know her, and the one thing she always does is she orders way too much food. Now, she had gastric bypass, I had gastric bypass. I know how much I can eat, and I know how much she can eat. She knows she can't eat all that. But every place we go, she wants to order this and order that. And she wanted some cornbread. Now, where you gonna put that cornbread? You're gonna take one bite of that cornbread and that's gonna be it. Where's that cornbread gonna go? So you gotta admit, Crystal, I know you. She did all that talking. You don't want this, you don't want that. Oh, I want cornbread. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. And can't even eat it.
Let me help y'all out. Who need a box?
Me?
He gonna be 30 minutes before he brings.
I knew she wasn't gonna be all this.
3 boxes.
She didn't even, y'all.
Oh, put a cabbage.
20, we don't need no cabbage.
Was the pork chop good?
It's
It's all right.
How the cabbage?
Sweet.
See, yeah, see, good. She ate 25% of her pork chop. She ate a spoonful of potato salad, a few spoonfuls of rice, and half a sweet potato.
Dang.
One chunk.
Dang.
She ate half of that.
Dang.
And look how much Kool-Aid she drank. This her glass. This her glass. Look how much she drank.
2 sips.
Yes, Crystal had gastric bypass
Yummy.
years ago. She used to be fat as fuck.
It's so delicious.
She used to be fat as shit. I know I called it. I know this girl. I know this woman.
You don't know me.
She do all that talking at the beginning because you be hungry and you be like, okay, I want this, I want this, I
I
want
can't
this.
say bring me a fork full of sweet
But then
potato,
you're not
a
gonna be able to
fork full
eat
of
that.
rice, and a fork
But we
full
gotta
of-
pay for it that you're not gonna eat it. We supposed to be split.
Oh, I had to get 2 side pieces. Ain't want no rices.
You need some?
Ooh.
This ain't that bad.
Yeah. Let me come.
Hey, what you name? What you reaching
I
for?
want to knock your water off.
Can you give me one?
I got a pork chop I'm putting up.
Yeah, I'm going to share box.
What you still about?
No, I want my own box.
Oh, well,
Don't
we
have
got
to eat
no
it.
box.
You want me to give me a box?
I ain't getting number 3 boxes. I
I'm
thought
gonna
y'all
get-
was
hold on.
finished.
Damn, Ramon, that's
Put
what
it down. I'm
that's
gonna
what
get
you
one
gonna do
quick grip
I
on
go
your
down and
face.
get them on. I thought you were finished.
Every bariatric patient, we are all the exact same way. So here's the deal. We like food, right? That's why we got the surgery to begin with, but we just can't eat all the food. So I become like the leftover and like the take home king. Every place I go, I order it. I try to like split it. If I'm with friends, you know, you like split the meals halfway, but every place I go, I order the food and I bring it back. Because there's no way you're gonna eat a couple of bites and then I'm gonna be full. So I really am like the take home box leftover king, all right? When I go and you bring me my food, just bring me a to-go container and mind your business. This one later.
Hold on one
You
second.
got no more half a bite on there.
That's okay, and I'm gonna eat my half a bite later with my little piece of potato salad.
I need this.
First gonna eat the rest of her food.
You know she ain't gonna touch that food.
You know, she want something else.
Right, later on, something else will come up.
Yeah.
Y'all doing a whole lot.
Oh, y'all
Whole
got
lot on
tacos?
me.
Y'all know taco. I want some
y'all
tacos.
got
Give me
pizza?
7
All
tacos.
right.
Give me 7 tacos. I'm gonna eat 2 bites of tacos.
And then leave it on the table and skirt back to the room.
Yeah, tell my then come back in the morning. Then come back in the morning. Oh, who got my tacos away? And I just bust out laughing.
She ain't gonna eat these leftovers.
I'm getting ready to tear these leftovers.
No, she not. She not gonna eat these fucking leftovers.
Man, I'm getting ready to
Smoke now.
You don't have to you get our little master list together.
Oh, that shit already go. Go through stuff.
Leave her alone.
Thank you. Whoever said that.
They said, Ron, shut up.
Yeah. Thank you. Whoever
Tell
said
them to shut
that.
the hell up.
Oh, never mind.
You know who said that?
Who?
Day.
What that?
Hey, Dad.
One the
Keep
cookies.
that up there.
Who?
The one that bought
Oh,
the one that baked the cookies.
the good cookies.
Oh, tell y'all what you remember that.
All right, we just finished. We're taking our leftovers. Because believe it or not, the food was good. Everybody's gonna rate it on a scale, 1 to 10. 10 being amazing, 1 being the absolute worst. We're gonna go to Ramon first. Mr. Carter,
I think about an 8. About an 8. About an 8.
what was the best thing you ate?
The green bean. Green beans on fire.
How was your Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid was spectacular.
It wasn't too sweet for you?
No, it ain't never too sweet.
Perfect. He said,
I eat sugar. I just eat candy. It don't matter. So sugar don't bother me.
All right, let's go to DeAndre.
I gave it
Scale
a.
up. Let me look at the camera emotion first, man.
Oh, you know, I gave it a 6.57. Chicken was good.
6.57.
What is that?
Kool-Aid was good once I added a little. I said 6.5/7.
Oh, 6.5/7. So that's it, 6.5.
Yeah, and yeah, the sides were okay. Not a fan of that cabbage. I don't like sweet cabbage.
This is how they cook it.
So,
That cookie.
but yeah.
So I said, who got that cooking that food? Me and this other girl. For that potato.
You gotta get on Crystal.
I need some Kool-Aid. I'm just trying to get the Kool-Aid to go.
Shona.
Just tell me to get your refill. Don't take it
Scale
out of there.
1 to 10. 10
Take
being
the regular
amazing,
cup
1
of
being
that.
the absolute worst. Well, how would you rate
Yeah,
today?
and come back and
6.
pour it in there.
A solid 6, she said. What was the best thing you ate?
The rice.
The rice was in this thing?
Well, once I put salt and pepper
See what I'm talking about? What kind of desserts they got?
You know they got soul desserts.
Oh, yeah, that's what they got. I could go for a little.
on it. Cobbler.
Now you got some room. You got some room for dessert.
I mean, I will.
A little bite.
I don't have any right now, but I will. You judge a place, especially a soul food joint, by the fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, right? But the dessert, peach cobbler, banana pudding, red velvet cake, you name it, it's gotta be amazing. And you know how you go to our spots, you know those places for us, you like, all right, I want this, I want this, I want that. Oh, we don't have this, we ran out of that, so here we are for dessert. They had some good looking desserts. There was like a red velvet cake and the peach cobbler was there, but the only problem is they ain't have it on the menu that particular day. So they did have Louisiana crunch cake. Now, I ain't never seen nobody make a Louisiana crunch cake homemade. All the Louisiana, you probably ain't either. Who in your family make Louisiana crunch cake from scratch? Exactly, right? So I get the crunch cake. Now, there's certain foods that are appropriate to bust open my sleeve, right? So if it's like, finger licking and amazing, all right, let's go for it. Let's bust the sleeve wide open, all right? But then you got some foods that just give me a little bite. I'm satisfied, I'm good. And that's what we had with the Louisiana crunch cake. Was it good? Yes. Will I get it again? Yes. Do I need to go all out to get it? Probably not. Just like homemade, it's like a little homemade.
Well, cut it in the middle. With a table.
Don't be very progress.
You know what to do, cut it.
Give them Kroger vibes.
Okay.
No, this might be like a Kroger
I
situation.
just said they showed me the
Don't
Kroger vibes.
worry about it. Look, we finna see.
Cut the bread like cornbread.
This is like a Kroger situation.
Yeah, better shit.
What's up? You got enough? You want some?
You want to say this? Don't worry about it.
Let me just do this right here. Let me see.
No problem, mate.
It's all right. I ain't got to bust my sleeve open for it.
Here you go.
No, I'm not about to
I'm gonna say that for you, Corey. Here you go, baby.
It's cool. I ain't got to bust my sleeve. I mean, you know, like,
Yeah.
there's some stuff worth jumping for.
Yeah. That ain't it.
That ain't it. It's decent, but I don't got to bust my sleeve open for that. Okay? I can take a bite of that.
You
but,
like it?
it's okay. That coconut at the end is a little,
Yeah, something. You gotta aftertaste.
you got a little coconut.
Oh, that's good. That's all we need. She told me, I just got him. I said, what you tell? We went by himself. He told me, oh, I had it. I had it held down. I ain't need to say that. I said, no, bro, you can't bring nobody no water. The first do, take all the drink off. Just get all that out. Then you come back with the food. Real simple.
They said, Ramon, you've been around for a while. You got things under control.
Yeah.
I said, no, we don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it under control.
You okay? A little nervous? You can smoke?
I do when we get in
Good.
Yeah, I don't gotta bust my sleeve open. There's some things that's worth busting your sleeve open for. Like Kendria's key lime cake. I need a slice for now and a slice for later. Kendria, light skin Kendria.
It's not good. It's not good.
Ooh, boy.
I hope she can cook better than she can play card. My bad.
I'm gonna have her make us a cake for Atlanta.
Okay.
A key lime cake. She make this key lime cake. It's amazing.
It's like a red velvet with key lime.
I don't know what she do. It's amazing.
It's good. That's all I know.
It's amazing. We ask her every time. You want a cake? It's so good.
She definitely.
She can play alcohol?
They definitely can't play with Kendrick. Kendrick told it, hey, you need to be paying.
So Kendrick can play, but I think it was Rainisha on here. I think it was Rainisha that can play that good.
No, that's what you're not gonna do.
Uh-oh.
Wait to slow down.
Rainisha wasn't paying attention to what's
Okay,
going
pull
on.
up.
Yes, she was paying attention.
You heard the pillow princess.
Shut up.
To the card game, not to you.
Listen, she was.
Not winning.
Don't listen at them, baby. You was a good player and a teacher.
You know, I've been doing this social media thing for just a long time. And then there are certain people who have become more than just followers. Like they may have started as followers, but now we've built relationships over time. Now I gotta explain to you the difference between what's happening with one type of follower versus the other. So one kind of follower, like my friend Kendria, she used to be a follower, right? And so we developed this beautiful, amazing friendship, and she makes the best key lime cake you ever had in your entire life, right? Then you have people like Rainisha, for example. Now Rainisha is the L in the LGBTQ, I'm the G, of course, right? Rainisha got a crush on Crystal, but Crystal ain't LGBTQI plus nothing, right? Crystal be playing with Rainisha, and I said, all right, you telling her, hey baby, hey this, hey that. You got a couple of times to do that before she put the smack down on you, all right? And you're gonna have to go from being a pillow princess to actively engaged in the activity, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. So there you have it. This was Mrs. White's, what the shit was his name? Golden Rule. So there you have it. This was Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe. Listen, if you are ever in the Phoenix area, do yourself a favor and stop by. You know, I'm okay with the store-bought potato salad or the half homemade Louisiana crunch cake. I'm okay with that because the place has been around for such a long time. The moment you walk through the door, you get an opportunity to feel the history. You feel the oppression. You feel what Mrs. White had to fight through to get to where she is today. Just that perseverance and the tenacity and the idea that you're never going to give up, you won't stop, whatever opposition is thrown your way. It was an absolute honor to be in the space, in the room, to walk in the restaurant and feel that the moment I walked in. And that's really why, one of the reasons we do what we do. So there you have it. If you're ever in Phoenix, stop by Mrs. White's Golden Rule Cafe. I guarantee you, even with the potato salad, you will not be disappointed.